August 4th, 1944. A message crackles through the radio at Supreme Headquarters. The officer's hands tremble as he reads it. He looks up, face pale. "Sir, this can't be right." General Eisenhower sets down his coffee and walks over. What he sees on that map will make him freeze in disbelief. Over 100 miles in just 4 days through enemy territory. "That's impossible," he whispers. But the impossible has already happened. And the man who did it, he's not stopping. This is the story of the most audacious military advance in modern history, and the 5 words that defined it all. August 1st, 1944. Versailles, France. The war room is thick with tension. For 2 brutal months, Allied forces have been dying in Normandy's hedgerows. Progress measured in yards, not miles. Bodies piling up. The Germans holding strong. Eisenhower stares at the map, exhausted. We need a breakthrough, something decisive. General Bradley points to Operation Cobra, a bombing campaign to punch through enemy lines. If we're lucky, we advance 50 miles. In a week, lucky. If, then the door opens. A British officer enters with a message. Eisenhower reads it once, twice. His expression shifts from concentration to pure disbelief. He can't be serious. The message is from General George Patton, Third Army, just activated. Will secure Brittany Peninsula within 4 days. Then pivot east toward Paris. Request permission to advance as far as fuel allows. The room goes silent. 4 days? Bradley's voice cracks. That's over 100 miles of contested territory. I know how far it is, Eisenhower says quietly, dangerously quiet. Sir, that's impossible. No army can move that fast. The logistics alone. Eisenhower picks up the phone. Get me Patton, now. 2 minutes of agonizing silence. Then that voice crackles through. This is Patton. George, I'm looking at your plan. 100 miles in 4 days. Through enemy territory. With limited fuel. That's correct, sir. Eisenhower closes his eyes. Every rule of warfare says this is madness. You have permission to advance. The dice are thrown. There's no going back now.
July 25th. Operation Cobra explodes across German lines. The breakthrough is here. And Patton. He doesn't wait. Doesn't consolidate. Doesn't follow the rules. He attacks, with everything. His tanks surge forward like a tidal wave. No pause, no mercy. Just relentless. Terrifying speed. But there's a problem. A secret problem. The Allies are running a deception. Operation. Making the Germans think the real invasion will come at Calais. And Patton, he's the bait. A ghost army that doesn't exist. Now he's real. But they need him to stay quiet. Eisenhower's message is clear. Win battles without recognition. Let Montgomery get the headlines. Patton reads it. His jaw clenches. You want me to sacrifice my reputation? I want you to win the war. Eisenhower fires back. Then you want the impossible. But Patton has no choice. He advances in the shadows, capturing cities while pretending it's all a diversion. Winning loudly while the world watches someone else. It's humiliation. Strategic humiliation. And it's working. By August 3rd. Patton's forces are ghosts appearing where they shouldn't be. Vanishing before the Germans can react. His logistics officer is panicking. Sir, we're running out of fuel. Then use German vehicles. Salvage their fuel. Abandon anything non-essential. That's not in the manual. I don't care about the manual, Patton roars. This army is moving even if I have to push the tanks myself. The impossible is becoming real. Mile by mile. Hour by hour. And no one, not even Eisenhower, knows just how far Patton has already gone. August 4th, 1944. 10:47 a.m. The message arrives at Supreme Headquarters. Routine traffic. Just another update. An officer marks positions on the map, then stops, stares, checks again. Sir, you need to see this. Eisenhower walks over, coffee in hand. He glances at the map, and freezes. The cup slips from his fingers. Coffee spills across the floor. When was this sent? 10 minutes ago, sir. Eisenhower's voice is barely a whisper. That's over 100 miles from where they started. Yes, sir. In 4 days. Yes. Sir, that's impossible. The officer says nothing, just points at the confirmed positions. ONNES. Secured. Brest. Approaching. Eastern Brittany. Controlled. Eisenhower leans over the map, tracing the route with shaking fingers. Good God, he breathes. He's already there. Bradley appears beside him, face white with shock. We expected this to take 2 weeks minimum. He did it in 4 days. But there's more. Another message from Patton himself. Acknowledge fuel shortage. However, German positions at Lorient and Saint-Nazaire still unoccupied. Intend to secure before Germans reinforce. We'll worry about fuel later. Eisenhower reads it and does something unexpected. He laughs. A tired, incredulous, almost hysterical laugh. He's out of fuel, and he wants to keep attacking. Should we order him to stop? Bradley asks. Every regulation says yes. Every doctrine demands it. But Patton is winning faster than anyone thought possible. No, Eisenhower says, let him keep going. Somewhere ahead, in enemy territory, running on fumes and audacity. Patton is already planning his next impossible move. August 6, Patton does the unthinkable. He pivots 90 degrees. The entire army, over 200,000 men, from west to east. Sir, we haven't secured the ports. His staff protests. Ports don't matter if we end this war. Patton snaps. Paris matters. Germany matters. We're going east to 48 hours. That's all it takes. An entire army changes direction mid-advance. It should cause chaos, traffic jams, supply collapse. Instead, Third Army surges toward Paris, then Le Mans, then the Seine River. Then Germany itself. The Germans are in full panic. General Hauser stares at intelligence reports, hands shaking. Patton can't be at the Seine already. We just confirmed he was 50 miles away. That was yesterday, Herr General. He moved 50 miles in 1 day. At Supreme Headquarters, Eisenhower faces a crisis. Patton is so far ahead, he's threatening to outrun the entire Allied strategy. Montgomery is furious. This is madness. One German counterattack and Third Army could be destroyed. But Eisenhower sees something else on that map. Arrows, all pointing east. Moving faster than the mapmakers can update. George, he says into the phone, every rule says you should stop. I know, sir. Patton replies calmly. So why shouldn't I order you to halt? Because the Germans are broken. If we give them time to recover, we'll fight for every mile. But if we push now, we can end this war months earlier. Silence. Heavy, dangerous silence. Advance as far as fuel allows. Eisenhower finally says, understood. Sir, the line goes dead. And Patton races toward history. September 1944. Third Army sits motionless. Not from German resistance. From empty fuel tanks. Patton stands at the German border, staring at enemy positions just miles away. So close. So impossibly close. We could have ended this war by Christmas. He writes in his diary that night. History will debate whether he was right. Whether the risk was worth it. Whether giving him fuel would have changed everything. But no one debates this. In August 1944, Patton achieved the impossible. 600 miles in 30 days. Over 100,000 enemy prisoners. Dozens of German divisions shattered. Allied casualties remarkably low. He moved faster than Hannibal. Faster than Napoleon. faster than anyone in modern warfare. After the war, German Field Marshal von Rundstedt admitted, Patton was our nightmare. He appeared where he shouldn't be. Moved faster than possible. Fighting him was like fighting a ghost. August 4, 1944. Eisenhower staring at that map. Those 5 words echoing through history. Good God, he's already there. Not just surprise, admiration, disbelief. Recognition that Patton had shattered every limitation, every expectation, every rule. The general who refused to accept that impossible meant impossible. The man who proved that in war, speed isn't just an advantage. Sometimes it's everything.